Hello, students, welcome back again. I hope you all are doing good at home. Today, we will begin with geography part. We will start with chapter number 1, that is the Earth and the solar system. Let's begin. Okay, the first topic is the sun and the stars. The sun and the stars. Students, as you have already read that the sun and the planets are part of the solar system, right? At night, you must have seen many stars in the sky. Yes, you may have also read that our sun is also a star. Okay, our sun is also known as a star, as you can see in the first point, that is, our sun is also known as a star. Next point, our sun is much closer to us than any other star. It is considered that our sun is a star. Okay, it is also known as a star, and our sun is nearer to us. Okay, it is much closer to us than any other stars. Third point, light from the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach the earth. See how much minutes or how many minutes it takes to reach the earth. It takes around 8 minutes to reach the earth. Okay, so the lights of the sun takes around how many minutes? It takes around 8 minutes to reach the earth, right? Next point, stars are giant ball of hot gas, just like our sun. Okay, what are stars? Stars are giant. Giant means very big. Okay, as the stars are very far away from us, so they seem very small. Okay, they seem very small to us in size, but in real they are very big. They are giant. So stars are what? The stars are giant ball of hot gases. Okay, they are the giant ball of hot gas. Okay, many different gas are present in the star, just like our sun. The sun is also a ball of gas. Star is also a ball of gas where different gases are present. See, the next point, every star has a life cycle. Every star has a life cycle. As you all know that, see, the star, they are young, they grow into middle age, and then they eventually die. Okay, the stars have their life cycle. They are young, after that time they grow into middle age, and after that they eventually die. Okay, stars are what? The stars are the one who change as they age, as they grow they start changing, but these changes are very slow and happen over millions of years. Okay, the star change as they age, as they grow, but these changes are very slow. Why these changes are very slow? Because they happen over millions of years, and that is why we cannot notice those changes. Okay, so every star has a life cycle, means they become young, they grow into middle age, and ultimately what happens? They die. Now, coming to the next point, that is, the largest stars can be 10 times larger than the sun. Okay, the star which is in large size, or the largest star which is in the big size, or which is bigger, okay, that star is how much time bigger than the sun? 10 times. Okay, as it is given, the largest star, the star which is very large in size, those stars are 10 times larger than the sun. How many times? 10 times larger than the sun. So you can imagine how big the stars are. They are bigger than the sun. Okay, but in real we cannot visualize it because they are very far away from us. That is why they seem so small in size. Now, such stars are called giant stars. The stars, the largest star, the stars whose size is large, whose size is big, those stars are known as giant stars. What do you mean by the word giant? Giant means big or very large in size. Okay, so the stars whose size is very big or whose size is large, they are 10 times larger than the sun. Okay, they are 10 times larger than the sun, and those stars are known as giant stars. What are those stars called? Those stars are called as giant stars. Coming to the next point, cool stars appear red and hot stars appear bluish. See students, some stars are cool and some stars are hot. Means some stars has low temperature and therefore they remain cool. Some stars have high temperature, so that is why they remain hot. And the cool star appear red color, little bit in the red tone, okay, in the sky, and the hot star appears to be bluish white in color, like you can see in this images also. Okay, so in this topic, what we are trying to understand, we are trying to get some knowledge about our sun and the stars. Okay, as you came to know from this topic, the sun and the stars. Okay, our sun is also known as what? Our sun is also known as a star. Okay, our sun is much closer to us than any other star, means they are very near to us. That is why they seem to be very large in size. And the lights from the sun takes how many minutes to reach the earth? The light from the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach the earth. Okay, and the stars are giant ball of hot gas just like sun. Okay, the stars as well as sun contains gases. Okay, different gases. Next point, every star has a life cycle. As I told you, every star has a life cycle, means they are young, then they grow into middle age, and then they eventually die. Now coming to the next, the largest stars, as we have read, the largest star, the stars, those who are large in size, they are how many times larger than the sun? They are 10 times larger than the sun. And what we call those stars? Those stars are called as giant stars. What they are called? Giant stars. Okay, now the last point is cool stars appear red and hot stars appear bluish white. As I said, I told you, right, the cool stars means the stars those who have less temperature, they are cool, and the stars those who have high temperature, they are hot. So cool stars appear red in color and hot stars appear bluish white in color. You can see the picture for the reference purpose. Okay, this was the basic idea, or this was the basic knowledge you should have about the sun and the stars, right? Now moving to the next topic, that is the universe. Now let us understand, what do you mean by universe? See, it can be defined as totality of all that exist, be it stars, sun, moon, and everything around us. The universe includes all the celestial bodies, animals, plants, minerals, gases, everything you can see and feel. See, what is a universe? Universe is a totality of all. Totality of all means all, everything. When we will include everything, whatever it is present in our universe, all together forms the universe, means totality of all. All means what? Your sun, moon, okay, your other celestial bodies like your planets, okay, animals, plants, minerals, gases, etc. All these are universe. Okay, even things that are in the space outside the earth that cannot be seen, those things are also the part of the universe. Okay, means As you can see the sun, you can see the moon, you can see plants, animals, okay, you can touch the plants, you can touch the animals, you can feel them. So all those things which are present around us, all those things which we can see, all those things which we can feel, everything around us is comprised of, like when we together bring it, like when we together bring everything, then it forms what? It forms universe. That is why it is said it is the totality of all. Okay, universe means universe includes everything. Okay, everything means what? Everything, whatever we see and whatever we feel, and even the things which are in the space, means which are outside the earth, those things we cannot see, right? We cannot see the things which are outside the earth, but those things also are the part of the universe. It means that whatever is around us, okay, all are the parts of universe, right? You can see in this picture for the better reference, your sun, your moon, plants, animals, everything, your stars, everything together is known as universe, right? Coming to the next point, that is nebula. Now let us understand what is nebula. First point, nebula is very huge mass of gas and dust. What is nebula? Nebula is very huge, very big. Okay, huge means very big. Nebula is very big mass of gas and dust. It means that nebula is formed by what? Nebula is formed by gas and dust, means it is the mixture of gas and dust. Okay, all stars, all stars are formed by nebula, and thus it is called the mother of all stars and celestial bodies. Now, what is nebula? See, nebula, all stars are formed by nebula. Okay, nebula, as you can see in this picture, this is the picture of nebula. This nebula is formed of what? How it is formed? It is formed by the mixture of gas and dust. It is formed by the mixture of gas and dust. And all the stars are formed by nebula. Okay, from where the stars are formed? The stars are formed by nebula only. They are formed from this. Okay, that is why it is known as the mother of all the stars and the celestial bodies. Okay, celestial bodies means whatever it is present in the sky. Okay, that means your planets, those are known as the celestial bodies. Okay, means all the celestial bodies, all the stars are formed from where? Are formed from nebula. Are formed from where? Are formed from nebula. That is why nebula is known as the mother of all stars and celestial bodies. Okay, and how nebula is formed? Nebula is formed by gas and dust. It is a huge mass of, it is a big, huge means big, it is a huge mass of gas and dust. You can see this picture, students. You will understand how nebula looks. Coming to the next point, that is point 4, stars. Stars are huge mass of burning gases, as we have read in the previous part also, that the stars are what? The stars are huge mass of burning gases, means they consist of different gases. Okay, different gases are present in the stars. Now, next point, they emit light and heat. Stars have their own light and heat, and they emit, okay, they emit their own light and heat. They give their own light and heat. Last point, stars are of different sizes and are very far apart. Yes, we all know that all the stars don't have the same size. The stars are of different sizes. Some are big, some are small, and they are very far away from us, and they are very far away from each other. Okay, that is why, as you can see in this picture, the stars look so tiny because they are so far away from us, and that is why they seem very small in size. Okay, so you very well understood what is universe, what is nebula, and what is star. Okay, the universe means everything, everything that exists around us is considered as universe, whether it is your sun, moon, plants, animals, gases, everything, whatever you can see, whatever you can feel, or anything which you cannot see, even which are outside the space also, okay, outside the earth, which are in the space. Okay, those things all together are known as universe. You can see the picture right here. Now, nebula. What do you mean by nebula? Nebula are huge mass of gas and dust. It means nebula is formed from what? Nebula is formed from gas and dust. Okay, together it is the mixture of gas and dust. And all the stars are formed by what? All the stars are formed by nebula. That is why nebula is known as the mother of all the stars and your celestial bodies. Celestial bodies means your planets, etc. Okay, now the last is star. As we have already studied, the star is what? A huge mass of burning gas. Means there are different types of gases which are present in stars, and the stars emit light and heat. Means they have their own light and heat, and they give their own light and heat. They emit the light and heat of their own. The last is stars are of different sizes and are very far apart. The stars are of not the same sizes, they are of different sizes. Some are small, some are big, and they are very far away from each other. Okay, now students, you have very well understood about, and you have got the knowledge about the sun and the stars. You have understood what is the universe, what is nebula, and what are stars. Okay, now moving to the next point, that is constellations. Now, what is constellations? Let us see. Some stars have a similarity in position and movement, therefore, they look like fixed pattern in the sky. Such patterns are called constellations. See, some stars, we are talking about stars. Okay, some stars have similarity in position. Similarity means similar, same. Similar means same. Means some stars have same position, means they are always at the same position, at the same place, and they have the same movement. Means they, some stars are there in the sky, those who have same position and movement all the time. Okay, they have same position and same movement. Okay, so what happens? They generally remain in that position only, and therefore they look like fixed patterns in the sky. As you can see, they look like fixed pattern in the sky. Means they remain in their place only, they remain in that similar position only. Okay, and therefore they look like some patterns in the sky. Okay, such patterns are called constellations. Okay, such patterns which are formed by stars, and those stars generally stay at their position only, and due to that they look, or they form some pattern, and those patterns are known as your constellation. We will understand this with the help of these examples coming. See, next point, the commonly known constellations are the Cassiopeia, the Ursa Major, the Orion's Belt, and the Ursa Minor. Okay, see, these are the different names of constellation. These are the different types of constellations. Now, in Hindi, the constellations Ursa Major, okay, Ursa Major is also known as what? Saptarishi, meaning the seven sages. Okay, Saptarishi is the Hindi term, and Sapt means seven, Rishi. Okay, you know the meaning of Rishi. Okay, जो ऋषि होते हैं, the Saptarishi. In English, we will call them the seven sages. Okay, so the constellation in Hindi, Ursa Major is known as what? Ursa Major is known as Sapt Rishi, or you can call it in English, that is the seven sages. You can see the picture of Sapt Rishi in this here. See, If you will count, there are 7 stars. Let us count now. Count with me, students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. How many stars are there in total? There are 7 stars. That is why they are known as Sapt Rishi. Sapt Rishi. Sapt means 7 and Rishi. Okay, Sapt Rishi. And this is known as your constellation. This is an example of the constellation. See, these stars are similar, means they remain in this position only. Okay, they always remain in this position only. Okay, and due to this they form a pattern like this, like P. Okay, they form this pattern, and it is very easy to identify this whenever, if even if you see, if you will try to see at night also, you will easily find Saptarishi at night. Okay, try to see when the stars are in the sky, you will easily notice Saptarishi. They are all together, they do not change their position. Okay, now coming to the next, that is galaxy. What do you mean by galaxy? Let us see. Many constellations, the sun, and all the stars that you see at night form one galaxy. Okay, galaxy is how galaxy is formed. Galaxy is formed by constellations, sun, and all the stars, means your constellation. Constellation means all these constellations, your Ursa Major, Ursa Major, Minor, different types of constellations are there. Okay, all the constellation plus the sun and all the stars together, they are known as galaxy. Okay, okay, together when we see them at night, what we'll call them? We call them as galaxy. Okay, so galaxy is what? Galaxy means many constellations, the sun, and all the stars together are known as galaxy. Okay, now see the next point, that is the belt of star is a galaxy known as Milky Way. In Hindi, this galaxy is also called Akash Ganga. Okay, see, you can see this picture. This is the picture of Milky Way. Milky Way means it is a belt of stars, means all these, all the white dotted or all the white lines which you are seeing, the circle lines. Okay, all these are the stars. Okay, all these are the belt of stars. Okay, and they look so whitish in color, that is why it is known as Milky Way, milky white in color. Okay, and this galaxy is known as what? Akash Ganga. Okay, these are the stars, as you can see the picture, white color. Okay, little bit bluish white. These are all the stars, belt of stars together, all the stars together form a galaxy like this, and this galaxy is known as Milky Way, and Hindi we call Milky Way as Akash Ganga. Okay, now you have understood the meaning of constellations and galaxy. What are constellations and what are galaxy? You can see these pictures for better understanding. Now coming to the next topic, that is planets. Now let us get some knowledge about planets. First point, planets are celestial bodies. Okay, they are the celestial bodies, okay, which are in space, which are solid in nature and revolve around a star. Which are solid in nature and they revolve around a star. Planets are generally solid in nature. Okay, means there are no liquid or gaseous, they are not in liquid or gaseous form, they are in solid form. Okay, the planets are the celestial bodies which are solid in nature, means all the planets are solid, they are not in liquid or in gaseous form, they are in solid form, and they revolve around the star. Okay, they revolve around a star, means they revolve around, okay, they continuously revolve around the star. And what is the star? The star is your sun. Okay, as we have read in the first slide only, the sun is also known as star. Coming to the next point, that is they have fixed path called orbit. They have fixed path called orbit. Now see students, there are total 8 planets. Okay, there are total 8 planets. Okay, now let us Name them. How many planets are there? There are 8 planets. What are the names of all the 8 planets? Let us revise it. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. These are the 8 planets, okay, and they revolve around sun, means the sun is in the middle, and they revolve around the sun in the fixed orbit. Fixed orbit means what? See, this line, can you see? This white line, can you see? This is the orbit, okay, and they move in the fixed path. Fixed path means they don't change their path, they move in their path only, okay, they move in the fixed orbit. As you can see, this path, it is the path in which they move, and they don't change their path, they move at the same path, fixed path, okay. And this orbit, okay, this path is known as what? This path is known as orbit, where the planets move, okay. This path is known as what? This path is known as orbit, where the planets move. And this orbits, okay, all these orbits, you can see this white dotted line, okay, all these orbits, these are all orbits, okay. So all these orbits are not absolutely circular. Circular means round, they are not exactly round in shape, okay. Like tennis ball is, as you can see, the tennis ball is completely round in shape, okay. Like your tennis ball, the circle, okay, you can see the circle, they are not, like, they don't move in that circular path, okay. The path is what? The path is like elongated or elliptical. Elongated or elliptical means it is elongated, it is long on both the sides. Like, you can imagine the shape of egg, right? You can imagine the shape of egg. It is not exactly circular, it is not exactly round in shape, but it is little bit elongated, okay. In the same way, the planets also don't move in circular path around the sun, but they move little bit in elongated path, okay. As you can see in this picture, it is not, as you can see the lines here, this is not exact circle, these are elongated, okay. This is like elongated, these are long circles, okay, like this they are coming. These are not actually very round in shape, okay. So that is why we say that they have fixed path, means they don't change their path, and the path in which they move, that is known as orbit, okay. The path in which the planet moves is known as orbit. And the orbit, the shape of the orbit is not circular, the shape of the orbit is elongated or elliptical. They are not circular, they are elongated or elliptical. Coming to the next point, that is, planet do not have their own light, means these planets, okay, all these planets which you are seeing in the picture, these planets do not have their own light. As we have studied in this, in the stars, okay, that the stars have their own light and they emit their own heat and light, but the planets are the bodies who do not have their own light or heat, but they reflect the light of the star they revolve around. But they reflect the light of the star they revolve around. They revolve around which star? They revolve around the star which is known as sun, okay. So they emit the light of that star. Understood? So let us revise again quickly. Planets, see, what are planets? The planets are celestial bodies, the bodies which are present in space, okay. That is why it is known as celestial bodies, which are solid in nature, means they are in solid form, they are not in gaseous or liquid form, and they revolve around what? They revolve around star, and they revolve around star. Star means not exactly star, star means the sun. The sun is also known as the star, that is why it is written as star. Now they have fixed path, as we know, they move in same path, and the path is known as what? The path is known as orbit, and the orbit is not circular in shape, but it is elongated or elliptical in shape. Now the planets have, sorry, the planets do not have their own light or heat, but they reflect the light which are emitted by the other star. Star means your sun. They emit the light of the sun. They reflect the light of the sun. Okay. Now don't forget that the sun is also known as star. Do not get confused here. Okay. The planets revolve around sun, and the sun is also known as star. That is why it is written as star, right? So how many planets are there? There are in total 8 planets. What are those? Let us see. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, right? I hope you are clear with this. Moving to the next topic, that is sun. Now, the 8th topic is the sun. Let us get some knowledge about sun. The sun, the sun is the closest star to our earth, as we have read in the first part itself, that the sun is very close to us. Okay, as we know that the sun is called as a star. The sun is also known as a star. Okay, do not forget this. The sun is also known as a star. Okay, and the sun looks very big in size because they are very close to earth, right? Coming to the next point, it is a huge ball of burning gases, means it contains different gases. Okay, and they are very they are very hot gases. Okay, that is why it is known as burning gases, they because the sun emits lot of heat. Now, it has a diameter of about 13 lakh kilometers, means in diameter, means total. Okay, like this. If we will calculate, as it is not visible clearly, the red line, as in the diameter full, it is what? It is 13 lakh kilometers. Okay, in size, 13 lakh kilometers. The size of the diameter, in diameter the sun is 13 lakhs kilometer, and it is nearly 100 times than that of the earth. Means what is the size of the sun? The size of the sun in diameter, the size of the sun is 13 lakh kilometers. Okay, if we will calculate in diameter, then it is 13 lakh kilometer, and nearly 100 times, means it is 100 times bigger than the earth. Okay, the size of the sun is 100 times bigger than the earth. Okay, coming to the next point, that is the temperature on the sun's surface is about 6000 degrees Celsius. Okay, how much temperature is there on the surface of the sun? Okay, on its surface, how much temperature is there near to the surface? It is around 6000 degree Celsius. It is a very very high temperature. Okay, 6000 degree Celsius. Now, the next point is it emits a lot of heat and light in all direction. As we know that the sun has its own light and heat. Okay, and it emits means it gives the heat and light in all the direction. Okay, it gives the heat and light in all the direction. Okay, in all the direction. Now, next point, it has a gravitational pull. Okay, it has a gravitational pull which keeps the planet from moving too far. Means it has a gravitational pull, means it attracts the planets towards it. Okay, the sun attracts the planet towards it. That is why the planets do not move far away, they remain close to the sun. Okay, due to the gravitational force, to the gravitational pull. Okay, whatever the pulling effect it has, through the gravitational pull, it pulls the planet towards it, so that they do not move far away, they remain close to the sun. Okay, now it is about, see, it is about 150 million kilometers from the earth. Okay, and The sun is about 150 million kilometers. Means what is the distance of the sun from earth? It is about 150 million kilometers from the earth. This much distance it is far away from us. Okay, now as you very well understood the basic knowledge, you got the basic knowledge about the sun, that the sun is the closest star. Sun is also known as the star. Sun is the huge ball of burning gases. Okay, it is 100 times bigger than that of the earth. The temperature of the sun is nearly 6000 degrees Celsius. It emits a lot of heat and light in all the direction, means it has their own heat and light. Plus it has gravitational pull, it has gravitational pulls which keeps the planet from moving away, means it attracts all the planet towards it, and it does not allow the planets to move far away from its orbit, means from its path. They stay in their path only. And it is about 150 million kilometer from the earth. It is about nearly 150 million kilometer from the earth, right? Now let us see some importance of the sun in our life, or why sun is important in our life. Let us see the first point. It is the biggest source of heat and light of on the earth. As we have seen, as we have read in this, that the sun has their own heat and light. Okay, they spread the heat and light in all direction. So it is the biggest source of heat and light on the earth, means from the earth receives heat and light from where? The earth receives heat and light from the sun. Okay, the earth receives heat and light from the sun. Okay, now see, as the earth receives heat and light from the sun, that is why it is like without these, okay, without this the earth would have been too cold to sustain life. Otherwise, like if the earth does not receives light from the sun, or if because of the sun only the temperature of the earth is maintained. Okay, otherwise without this the earth would have been too cold to sustain life. It will become too cold without the heat of the sun. If we will not get the heat of the sun, then the earth will become too cold and the life will not be like life will not sustain then. Now, coming to the next, the heat and light from the sun is essential for plants to make their food. Like you have studied in your general science also, the plants make their food from where? The light of the sun, through the process of photosynthesis, right? So the heat and light, why it is essential? The heat and light of the sun is very essential, is very important for the plants also, means it is important for the human beings also to sustain or to survive there, but at the same time they are important for the plants also, so that they can make their food. Now next point, the sun keeps the sun helps in changing seasons on earth. Okay, sometimes see, due to the sun, as we have studied that the sun radiate or sun emits or the sun gives the heat and light, and the temperature of that what fluctuates, means it is not always same, it is not always the same amount of heat and light which the earth receives. Okay, they receive different amount of heat and light at different time, and due to that what happens, due to the on the basis of how much they are receiving the heat and light, and due to the temperature the seasons also change. Okay, now the last is the sun causes water and air currents which cause movements and weather. As you all know that due to the sun, okay, due to the sun only the water currents or the air currents, okay, the water currents or the air currents they move, and due to which the weather condition, they are generally the cause of change in weather. Due to the water currents and due to the air currents only our weather changes. Okay, the sun is the main reasons of causing the season change and causing the weather change. Depending upon the heat and the light of the sun, the season changes as well as the weather on the earth changes, right? So we came to know that the earth is the biggest source of heat and light. The sun is the biggest source of heat and light, means the earth receives the heat and light from the sun. Then only the life can exist, because in that way the temperature is maintained. If the earth will not receive the heat and light, then the earth will become too cold to sustain life. Next, the heat and the light of the sun is very essential for the plants also, because it helps them to make their food. Plus the heat of the sun, the heat and the light of the sun causes season and weather change. Okay, so these were the importance of sun in our life, why sun plays a very important role in sustaining our life on earth. Okay, so these were the points which give us basic idea about what, the basic idea about the sun, stars, universe, what is nebula, what are stars, what is constellations, what is galaxy, what are planets, and the detailed knowledge about the sun and why the sun is important in our life. Okay, this was it for today. Next topic we will continue in the next class. Till then, thank you.